Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into something a bit different. We're calling it an album quest. Think fascinating musical matchups.
Yeah, exactly. It's inspired by this great blog series, Green Strox's Album Quest. The idea is basically your music collection gets randomized.
Right, into groups of 4 albums. Like a World Cup draw, but for music.
And then you listen, you rank them 1 to 4, and the top 2 from each group, they sort of advance to the next round. It's a cool concept.
It really is. And it's less about finding some definitive best album ever and more about, personal taste.
Absolutely. Taste, nostalgia, maybe rediscovering something you haven't heard in ages.
Yeah, finding out what really holds up when you put albums head-to-head like this.
So today we're jumping right into one specific group, Group 62. And the title given for this one is pretty evocative.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
It's called Survivor's Boxing Anthem Gets Knocked Out by Marillion and Travis's Commercial Breakthroughs.
Wow, okay. That definitely sets a scene. So who are the contenders in this Group 62?
All right, we've got 4 albums. First, the soundtrack for The Mask Various Artists.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice.
Then Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. Can't miss that one.
A classic for sure.
Third is Marillion's Misplaced Childhood.
Ah, a prog legend.
And rounding it out, The Man Who by Travis. Quite a diverse group, spanning different sounds and eras.
Definitely. That mix is what makes these personal rankings so unpredictable, I think.
Totally. So shall we get into the results for Group 62?
Let's do it. So after the listening and ranking, who ended up at the bottom?
Okay, so coming in 4th place was The Mask soundtrack.
Right. I remember that being pretty big back in the day, but maybe not a heavyweight contender album-wise.
Yeah, that seems to be the verdict here. The source mentioned it's slightly pop jazz infested, which is a funny way to put it.
Yeah.
It has a couple of good numbers, apparently, and interestingly, even features Jim Carrey singing.
Huh. I forgot about that. Cuban Pete?
Could be. But yeah, overall, despite the fun tracks, maybe those lighter pop and jazz elements, even the novelty stuff just couldn't stack up against the others in this particular fight.
Okay, makes sense in this context. So who's in third? This can be controversial based on that title.
You guessed it. In 3rd place, surprisingly for some maybe, is Eye of the Tiger by Survivor.
Wow. Really? The source actually called them unlucky. How does an album with that title track finish 3rd?
It is fascinating, isn't it? I mean, the song Eye of the Tiger is monumental, totally iconic. And the source also mentions American Heartbeat as a melodic rock classic on there, too.
So what's the thinking then?
Well, maybe the rest of the album, while solid arena rock, perhaps didn't have the same artistic depth or emotional range as the top 2 finishers, at least in this specific personal ranking.
I see. Sometimes a massive hit single doesn't guarantee the whole album wins in these personal quests.
Exactly. Broad appeal isn't always the deciding factor when it gets down to this kind of individual comparison.
Okay, so if Survivor's 3rd, that leaves 2. Who snagged the 2nd spot and qualified?
Taking 2nd place was Travis with The Man Who.
Ah, okay. A big album for them.
Huge. It was described as dark and melodic, really nailing that introspective indie rock sound they became known for. It clearly resonated.
Yeah, it has some massive singles on it.
Totally. The source points out unbelievable numbers like Driftwood, Turn, Why Does It Always Rain on Me? Oh, wait, it says Rain on Me here, maybe a different track or a typo. And Writing to Reach You.
Right. Those are all big. It definitely has a consistent mood. I can see why it would rank highly.
Yeah, it just created this whole emotional landscape. Really strong songwriting all the way through.
So that means the winner of Group 62, beating out an iconic soundtrack, a legendary anthem, and a huge indie breakthrough is
Misplaced Childhood by Marillion.
Wow. A prog triumph.
Absolutely. The source says it tops this group with some excellent music, topped off with their fabulous song, Kaylee.
Can't argue with Kaylee. That song was everywhere.
For sure. But it's more than just that one song, right? Misplaced Childhood is considered a landmark progressive rock album.
Definitely. Concept album, intricate music.
Exactly. That blend of complex arrangements, Fish's distinctive sort of narrative lyrics, and the overall thematic flow. Plus, crucially, having hits like Kaylee that were also deeply resonant, that combination seemed to give it the edge here.
It's just amazing how that played out. You've got the massive, known by everyone hit with Survivor, the quirky fun of The Mask,
yeah,
the huge commercial success and moodiness of Travis,
right,
and the complex but ultimately triumphant prog classic from Marillion takes the crown.